The human experience is profoundly shaped by the thoughts that dance through our minds, often leading us down paths of worry, anxiety, or self-doubt. Then insights from mindfulness, cognitive behavioral therapy, Zen and Buddhist philosophy illuminate a connection between thoughts and emotions, offering a beacon of hope for those seeking liberation from the cycle of negative thinking. Then, understanding that thoughts are not always reflections of reality, but interpretations shaped by individual perceptions is a crucial step towards mental freedom. Then each person's reality is painted with a unique brush. Then strokes of their thoughts demonstrate that what we think does not always align with what is experienced when one embarks on a journey of self-discovery and healing. The parable of the two arrows from Buddhism often comes to mind. The first arrow, symbolic of life's inevitable pains and hardships, strikes without warning, delivering physical or situational discomfort that one has little power to avoid. Then it's the second arrow, however, that inflicts deeper, more enduring wounds, then born not from external forces, but from our internal reactions, then emotional turmoil. The essence of this second arrow is largely a choice, though seldom an easy one to navigate. Then recognizing the difference between unavoidable suffering and the anguish we impose on ourselves is a profound step towards emotional liberation. Then the ability to navigate life's challenges with this understanding fosters a resilience that extends beyond just enduring pain. Instead of being engulfed by the torrents of despair that often follow life's trials, then individuals learn to observe their reactions with mindfulness and detachment between stimulus and response. Then in that space is our power to choose our response, and in our response lies our growth and our freedom. Then, remarked Viktor Frankl, highlights the essence of human resilience. Then his words serve as a powerful reminder that, despite the inevitability of life's first arrow, then the second arrow need not follow. It's within that critical space between experience and reaction where our true power lies. Here we find the freedom to shape our emotional reality, turning away from unnecessary suffering towards a path of growth and peace. Then taking a closer look at the mind's vast landscape reveals a crucial distinction between the ephemeral nature of thoughts and the active process of thought. Then thoughts akin to leaves floating down a river are transient and beyond our control. They appear to drift by and eventually fade away. Then fade away thinking, then on the other hand, resembles the act of wading into the river to catch these leaves. Then an endeavor that demands effort and intention. Then it is here in our deliberate engagement with our thoughts that emotional landscapes are often sculpted without our conscious consent. Then by understanding this distinction, individuals can discern the role of passive thoughts in their lives, separating them from the active construction of reality through thinking. Then consider the allegory of a painter before a canvas, then where thoughts are the myriad hues on the palette and thinking is the act of painting. Then, each stroke on the canvas reflects a choice and an engagement with certain thoughts over others. Then just as a painter decides which colors to blend and where to apply them, then individuals have the power to select which thoughts merit further contemplation and which should be allowed to pass. This realization empowers us to curate our mental gallery, fostering an environment where peace and positivity are given prominence. Then, through this metaphorical lens, the journey of distinguishing thoughts from thinking becomes a creative act, offering a pathway to emotional well-being and a life painted with a broader, through strikes of joy and contentment. Venturing beyond the realm of rational thought, one discovers the boundless landscape of intuition, a sacred space where wisdom flows unimpeded by the constraints of logical reasoning. Then cultivating a connection to this inner guidance system requires a deliberate quieting of the mind. Then activities such as meditation, then deep breathing or long walks in nature serve not as mere pastimes, but as gateways to inner silence. Then within this silence, intuition emerges with clarity, offering insights that defy conventional analysis. Then trust in these insights builds a bridge to decisions that resonate deeply with our core being, leading us down paths of profound fulfillment and purpose. Then embarking on this journey demands a leap of faith and a willingness to believe in the unseen and the unproven. Then, how often do we ignore that gentle nudge in the pit of our stomach only to regret it later or dismiss a fleeting thought that seemed too outlandish, only to find it was the answer we had been seeking? Recognizing these moments as communication from our intuition requires a trust in ourselves that many find challenging to muster. Strengthening this trust involves paying attention to how our choices, guided by intuition, then each step taken in alignment with our inner guidance reinforces our confidence in the unseen path. Questions like, have you ever felt a decision was right against all logical arguments, or recall a time when you knew something without knowing how you knew, invite reflection on our relationship with intuition. Then, these inquiries encourage an exploration of the countless instances when intuition has guided us, then often unnoticed through life's complexities. Then acknowledging these moments illuminates the depth of wisdom residing in waiting to be acknowledged and acted upon. Then by fostering an environment where intuition is not only heard, but also heeded, we unlock doors to a richness of experience that rational thought alone could never access. Miracles begin where our limitations often end. Our lives feel crowded with beliefs and doubts that serve as barriers to the extraordinary. Clearing this clutter requires a conscious effort to challenge and release these self-imposed boundaries. Then, just as a gardener must clear the land before planting a new one, then so must we tend to the landscape of our minds. Then embracing the mindset that anything is possible, then regardless of past experiences or current circumstances, then opens us to a realm where miracles are not only possible, but also expected. Then it's in the act of surrendering our need to control the outcome that we truly allow the universe to work its magic. Then, creating space for miracles also means nurturing a belief in the goodness and abundance of the universe. Then, no matter how foggy the path ahead may appear, then faith in our guidance and support is essential. Then, this faith is not passive but an active trust that propels us forward, inviting miracles into our lives through openness and expectation. Then, as we align our thoughts and actions with our deepest desires, we signal to the universe our readiness to receive the transformation in our external reality, which begins with a shift within a transition from doubt to belief and from fear to love. Albert Einstein once mused that there are only two ways to live your life. Then one is as though nothing is a miracle, and the other is as though everything is a miracle. Then, we are invited to view our day-to-day lives through the lens of wonder and possibility when we reframe our perspective in this way. Then, adopting this viewpoint doesn't mean ignoring the challenges and hardships of life, but rather choosing to see beyond them to the potential for growth, healing, and transformation they offer. Then when we approach life with the expectation of miracles, then we not only increase our capacity to recognize them when they occur, but also to generate them through the power of our beliefs and actions in non-thinking. Then, the familiar landmarks of habitual thought patterns no longer dictate the path, as if sailing into uncharted waters. This journey towards transformational growth challenges our deeply held beliefs about the necessity of constant mental activity and the spaciousness that non-thinking offers. One discovers an underlying serenity, then a wellspring of creativity and insight that remains untapped when obscured by the incessant chatter of the mind. Then embracing non-thinking doesn't equate to a lack of cognition, but rather signifies a state where intuition and spontaneity take precedence, then guiding actions and decisions with clarity and ease previously unseen when navigating life from this vantage point. Then individuals find that productivity and joy flourish in the absence of mental noise, then freed from the constraining grip of overanalysis. Then life's decisions and actions flow with a natural rhythm, aligning more closely with one's true desires and aspirations. In this state, the distinction between work and play blurs as each task is approached with a presence and mindfulness that imbues it with purpose and enjoyment. The fear of uncertainty, a common barrier to non-thinking, gradually dissipates as one learns to trust in the unfolding of life, recognizing that each moment offers opportunities for growth and discovery. Overcoming the obstacles to non-thinking requires vigilance and perseverance. Then, as old habits of the mind are tenacious, then yet each moment of mindfulness, then each instance of returning to the present when the mind wanders into the familiar terrain of thought, then strengthens the capacity for non-thinking. Then, acknowledging the discomfort that may arise in this process as a sign of transition rather than a cause for retreat, encourages persistence.